Archangel Michael says, "My beloved soul, pause for a moment and breathe slowly, because what you are feeling right now is not pressure, it is alignment." This message is not here to frighten you, not here to threaten you, not here to create panic, but to help you stay present in a moment that is quietly preparing to shift in your favor. Sometimes when good news approaches, your mind becomes restless, your heart beats a little faster, and your thoughts start racing with possibilities. That is not anxiety, that is anticipation mixed with hope. And hope, when guided by faith and discipline, becomes powerful momentum. You may have been carrying silent weight for weeks or even months. There were days when you wondered if your efforts were truly moving you forward. There were nights when you questioned whether your prayers were being heard. But growth often happens in silence before it becomes visible. Seeds grow beneath the soil before they break the surface. Preparation happens behind the scenes before celebration becomes public. The next few hours are not about magic suddenly appearing, they are about alignment revealing what has already been forming. Archangel Michael is not saying you will cry because something bad will happen. He is reminding you that regret often comes from inattention. Many opportunities pass quietly because people are distracted, doubtful, or emotionally overwhelmed. This is simply a reminder to stay aware. Stay calm. Stay open. When you are calm, you recognize opportunity. When you are grounded, you make better decisions. And when you are emotionally balanced, you can receive good news without sabotaging it with fear or overthinking. Something positive is aligning in your favor, but it may not look dramatic at first. It could be a message, a call, a realization, or a confirmation that something you have been working toward is finally stabilizing. Good news does not always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives as clarity. Sometimes it arrives as a door opening gently instead of forcefully. Sometimes it arrives as peace replacing confusion. Pay attention to subtle signs. Subtle shifts are often the most important ones. You are being asked to prepare internally, not react externally. Preparation means checking your mindset. Are you ready to receive without doubting? Are you ready to act without hesitating? Are you ready to trust your growth instead of questioning your worth? These questions matter more than any countdown. The next 4 hours symbolize readiness. They symbolize awareness. They symbolize a window of alignment where your preparation meets opportunity. You have grown more than you realize. You are no longer the same person who reacted emotionally to every change. You are learning to pause before responding. You are learning to analyze before deciding. That maturity protects your blessings. Blessings require stewardship. When something good enters your life, your ability to handle it wisely determines whether it expands or fades. You are being shaped to expand it. Do not allow negative thoughts to interrupt your focus. Doubt is loud but weak. Confidence is quiet but strong. Choose the quiet strength. Choose steady breathing over racing thoughts. Choose awareness over distraction. You are not being warned, you are being guided. Guidance feels calm, not chaotic. The next hours are about clarity. Watch how you feel. Watch what conversations arise. Watch what insights come to your mind. Sometimes the greatest good news is not external, it is internal realization that changes your direction. And when your direction changes positively, everything else begins to follow. Stay present. Stay focused. Stay receptive. Something good is aligning, and your awareness will determine how smoothly you receive it. This is not about fear. It is about readiness. And you are more ready than you think. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved soul, the next 4 hours are not meant to create fear in your heart but awareness in your mind, because when something meaningful is about to align, preparation becomes more important than excitement. You have been asking for change, asking for clarity, asking for confirmation that your effort has not been wasted, and now the season of quiet preparation is slowly turning into the season of visible movement. This is why you are being reminded to stay attentive. Opportunities rarely announce themselves loudly. They appear in moments when your focus is steady and your spirit is calm. Think about how far you have come emotionally. There were times when uncertainty made you restless, when you felt like reacting quickly just to feel in control. But now you are learning to pause. You are learning to breathe before responding. That pause is powerful. In that pause, wisdom grows. In that pause, you avoid decisions that once created regret. The next few hours symbolize that pause turning into progress. When good news arrives, it often tests your stability. If you are unstable, you react impulsively. If you are grounded, you respond strategically. You are being guided toward strategic response. There is also something important about expectation. Expectation should not be built on fantasy, but on faith combined with effort. You have put effort into improving your habits. You have worked quietly on yourself. You have corrected patterns that once limited you. Those internal corrections create external alignment. The good news approaching you is connected to the version of you that has grown through discipline, not the version that once doubted everything. That growth is the reason this alignment is possible. Do not let overthinking disturb this alignment. When anticipation increases, the mind sometimes creates unnecessary scenarios. Stay present. Focus on what you can control. You can control your attitude. You can control your focus. You can control your preparation. If a message arrives, respond calmly. If an opportunity presents itself, evaluate it carefully. If clarity comes through reflection, honor it without rushing. Rushing creates mistakes. Calm evaluation creates strong decisions. You might notice subtle confirmations today. Perhaps someone reaches out unexpectedly. Perhaps a situation that felt blocked begins to move. Perhaps you receive insight about a path you were uncertain about. These small signals are meaningful. They are signs that momentum is building. Momentum does not always roar, sometimes it whispers. Pay attention to whispers. Archangel Michael is reminding you that regret comes not from missed miracles but from missed awareness. Many people are surrounded by opportunities but remain distracted by doubt, comparison, or impatience. You are being invited To choose awareness instead. Awareness sharpens perception. Perception strengthens judgment. Strong judgment leads to wise action. Wise action produces stable results. Stability builds confidence. And confidence attracts more growth. This moment is also about gratitude. Gratitude stabilizes energy. When you appreciate what is already working in your life, you create emotional balance. Emotional balance protects you from self-sabotage. When something good happens, receive it with humility and clarity. Do not question why it is happening for you. You have grown into this alignment. You have prepared for it quietly. Now allow it to unfold naturally. Remember that good news is not always a dramatic event. Sometimes it is the removal of confusion. Sometimes it is the confirmation that you are on the right path. Sometimes it is a new opportunity that aligns with your long-term vision. Whatever form it takes, your role is to stay grounded and decisive. Grounded people handle blessings wisely. Decisive people expand opportunities instead of shrinking them. The next 4 hours represent readiness. Readiness of mind. Readiness of emotion. Readiness of discipline. You are not being pressured, you are being prepared. Stay focused. Stay calm. Stay observant. Something positive is aligning, and your steady mindset will determine how beautifully it unfolds. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved soul, now you are entering the most important phase of this message, because anticipation without understanding can create restlessness, but anticipation with clarity creates readiness." The next 4 hours are symbolic of a window where alignment meets awareness. You have spent days, maybe months, building discipline in silence. You have corrected habits. You have learned from mistakes. You have matured emotionally. All of that growth is not random. It was shaping your capacity to handle something positive without losing balance. Many people receive good news but are not emotionally structured enough to sustain it. You, however, are becoming structured. You are becoming steady. Notice how your reactions have changed compared to the past. You are less impulsive. You are more thoughtful. You analyze situations instead of reacting instantly. That shift protects you. Protection is not about avoiding difficulty, it is about responding wisely. When good news arrives, your reaction determines its impact. If you react with panic or doubt, you weaken momentum. If you respond with clarity and calmness, you strengthen it. The guidance you are receiving right now is about maintaining that calm clarity. There is also a lesson about expectation and patience working together. When you expect something positive but remain patient, your energy stays balanced. Balanced energy attracts stable results. Unbalanced energy attracts chaos. In the past, impatience may have caused you to rush decisions or overthink possibilities. Now you are learning to let opportunities unfold at their own pace. That maturity increases your credibility in both personal and professional spaces. People trust calm individuals. Opportunities align with steady minds. The good news that is aligning for you may not be loud or dramatic. It might appear simple at first. It might be a confirmation that something you feared was uncertain is actually stable. It might be progress in an area that once felt blocked. It might be recognition of your effort. It might be clarity about a direction you were unsure about. Do not underestimate subtle victories. Subtle victories compound. Compounding creates undeniable progress over time. Another important aspect of this moment is self-belief. Not loud confidence, but quiet certainty. Quiet certainty is powerful because it does not depend on external applause. It depends on internal evidence. You have evidence of your growth. You have evidence of your resilience. You have evidence that you can handle pressure better than before. That evidence is enough to trust yourself when the next step presents itself. Be mindful of distraction. When something positive approaches, distractions often increase. Doubt may whisper that nothing will change. Comparison may tempt you to measure your journey against others. Impatience may urge you to force results. Resist those impulses. Stay focused on your path. Focus strengthens momentum. Momentum builds results. Results reinforce confidence. Confidence sustains growth. Archangel Michael is guiding you to remain emotionally anchored. Emotional anchoring means your mood does not swing wildly based on external events. It means you stay centered whether news is small or big. Centered people expand consistently because they do not lose control under excitement or pressure. You are being prepared to operate from that center. The next hours represent alignment between preparation and opportunity. Whether the good news is external confirmation or internal clarity, your role remains the same: observe calmly, decide wisely, and act consistently. Do not rush to announce. Do not rush to celebrate prematurely. Let things stabilize. Strong foundations are built quietly before they are displayed publicly. You are not being warned, you are being reminded. Reminded that awareness protects blessings. Reminded that discipline strengthens momentum. Reminded that calm focus multiplies opportunity. Stay steady. Stay grounded. Stay observant. Something positive is aligning, and your growth has positioned you to receive it wisely and expand it sustainably. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved soul, this is the stage where awareness becomes action and preparation becomes visible movement, because everything you have been reflecting on through this message was never meant to stay as inspiration alone, it was meant to strengthen your mindset so that when the good news unfolds, you handle it with maturity, discipline, and clarity." The next 4 hours symbolize a shift, but the real shift has already happened inside you. You are calmer than before. You are less reactive. You are more intentional. That internal transformation is what makes this moment powerful. Without inner change, outer change feels unstable. With inner change, outer change feels aligned. There was a time when excitement alone would have controlled your decisions. If something positive happened, you might have rushed, overcommit, or shared too quickly. Now you understand the importance of grounding yourself first. Grounding creates strength. Strength creates stability. Stability allows growth to expand naturally instead of collapsing under pressure. Whatever good news is aligning, whether it appears as confirmation, opportunity, recognition, or clarity, your response will shape its impact. Calm responses create sustainable results. Impulsive reactions create temporary spikes. You are stepping into sustainability. This part of your journey is about ownership. Ownership of your mindset, ownership of your discipline, ownership of your direction. When you own your growth, you stop blaming delays on circumstances. You start analyzing what you can refine. You focus on improving what is within your control. That mindset is powerful because it removes helplessness. It replaces it with action. Action builds confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Momentum attracts more opportunity. This is the cycle forming around you now. Do not underestimate the importance of timing. Timing is not random. It is connected to readiness. You are not receiving alignment earlier because you were not yet structured for it. You are receiving alignment now because your emotional and mental foundation has strengthened. You have endured uncertainty. You have corrected patterns. You have stayed consistent even when recognition was delayed. That consistency created credibility within yourself. Self-credibility is powerful. When you trust your own effort, you hesitate less. When you hesitate less, you act decisively. Decisive action accelerates progress. There is also a lesson about silence in this stage. Not every opportunity needs to be announced immediately. Not every step needs external validation. Sometimes protecting momentum means moving quietly. Quiet progress is often the most powerful progress because it is focused. When you protect your energy from unnecessary noise, you preserve clarity. Clarity leads to better decisions. Better decisions create stronger outcomes. Stronger outcomes create long-term stability. The good news approaching you is connected to responsibility, not just reward. Responsibility means you are ready to manage growth wisely. It means you are capable of handling expansion without losing balance. It means you can receive something positive and still remain disciplined the next day. That level of maturity is rare. Many people celebrate success but neglect structure. You are learning to celebrate and structure simultaneously. That balance is what sustains elevation. Stay focused on refinement. Even when good news arrives, continue improving your habits. Continue sharpening your skills. Continue evaluating your direction. Growth does not stop after one breakthrough. Growth evolves. Each level requires new discipline. Each level requires stronger focus. But you are building that focus consistently. That is why this alignment feels steady instead of chaotic. If something shifts in the coming hours, receive it calmly. Breathe. Evaluate. Respond with intention. If the shift is internal clarity rather than external confirmation, honor that clarity. Sometimes the greatest good news is realizing you are stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you thought. That realization changes your entire posture toward the future. Archangel Michael is not creating urgency. He is encouraging awareness. Awareness prevents regret. Awareness strengthens opportunity. Awareness aligns effort with timing. You are not being pressured. You are being prepared. Stay steady. Stay grounded. Stay observant. Something positive is aligning with the person you have become. And that version of you is ready. If this message resonated deeply, type "I stay ready" in the comments as your declaration. Like this video to affirm your commitment to calm growth and disciplined expansion. Share it with someone who needs to stay focused during their moment of alignment. And subscribe if you are committed to continuing this journey of clarity, strength, and steady elevation.